A customer walked into my shop yesterday with a dealership service estimate that made my blood boil. $11,847 for necessary engine work. His 2018 RX 350 had 112,000 miles, ran perfectly. No warning lights, no unusual noises, no performance issues. But the dealership convinced him his engine was on the verge of catastrophic failure. I looked at the estimate in detail. Every line item made me angrier. This wasn't aggressive upselling. This wasn't exaggerating minor problems. This was systematic fraud designed to extract maximum money from an uninformed customer. I've been in this industry for 27 years. I've worked at dealerships. I've run independent shops. I've seen every scam and sales tactic imaginable. But this particular scam has become epidemic in the past 3 years. I'm seeing it weekly now. Different dealerships, different customers, but always the same playbook. They're targeting older Lexus vehicles with high mileage. They're using fear tactics and fabricated problems to sell $10,000 to $15,000 in unnecessary services. And it's working because most Lexus owners trust their dealerships and don't know enough to question these recommendations. Today, I'm exposing this entire scam from start to finish. I'm showing you exactly how it works, why dealerships do it, and how to protect yourself. Keep watching because this knowledge could save you over $12,000 and prevent you from authorizing work your vehicle doesn't need. Let's expose the fraud. The scam. The carbon cleaning package. The scam centers around carbon buildup in direct injection engines. Carbon buildup is real. It happens on all modern Lexus engines with direct injection, but dealerships have weaponized this real problem to sell massively overpriced and often unnecessary services. Here's how the scam works from beginning to end. You bring your Lexus in for routine service, oil change, tire rotation, basic maintenance, nothing major. While your car is there, a service advisor approaches with concerning news. We performed our complimentary multi-point inspection and found some issues we need to discuss. They walk you to a computer screen and show you photos. Dark, crusty deposits coating your intake valves. This is severe carbon buildup, they explain seriously. It's choking your engine and will cause catastrophic failure if not addressed immediately. The photos look alarming. The deposits are real and they look severe. What they don't tell you is that all direct injection engines develop these deposits. It's completely normal for engines over 80,000 miles. Then comes the sales pitch. We recommend our comprehensive carbon cleaning service. This involves 3 separate procedures to completely restore your engine. They break down the package. Intake valve carbon cleaning, $1,200 to $1,800. Fuel system cleaning service, $400 to $600. Throttle body service, $200 to $300. Engine oil flush, $200 to $300. New spark plugs while we're in there. $400 to $600 ignition coil replacement for optimal performance. $800 to $1,200. Total package, $3,200 to $4,800. But that's just phase 1 of the scam. Phase 2, the escalation. After presenting the carbon cleaning package, they drop the real bomb. However, our technician noticed something else during inspection. Your oil consumption is higher than normal. We ran a compression test and found concerning results. They show you numbers that mean nothing to you. Cylinder 3 is down 15% from cylinder 1. This indicates internal engine wear, likely from the carbon buildup causing excessive friction. Now they're building a case for major engine work. We strongly recommend addressing this now before you experience complete engine failure. The carbon cleaning will help, but we also need to replace your valve stem seals to stop the oil consumption. Valve stem seal replacement, $2,500 to $3,500. While we have the engine apart for the valve stem seals, we should also replace the timing chain. Your engine has 112,000 miles and chains typically stretch around this mileage. Replacing it now prevents catastrophic failure later. Timing chain replacement, $2,800 to $4,000. And since we're doing all this engine work, you'll definitely need a new water pump. The old one won't last much longer anyway. Water pump replacement, $800 to $1,200. marked up because it's included in major service. Now the estimate has grown from $4,800 to $10,900 to $12,700. But they're not done yet. Phase 3. The fear close. At this point, most customers are overwhelmed and confused. The service advisor sees hesitation and switches to fear tactics. I understand this is a lot to process, but I need to be completely honest with you about the risks of delaying this service. They paint a catastrophic picture. If the timing chain fails while driving, it will destroy your engine instantly. Bent valves, damaged pistons, potentially a cracked cylinder head. You're looking at $15,000 to $20,000 for engine replacement, possibly more. The carbon buildup is already causing damage. Every day you drive, it's getting worse. The longer you wait, the more expensive this becomes. Our technicians are backed up for 3 weeks. If you want to get on the schedule, we need to book this today. I can offer you 10% off if you authorize the work right now. The discount is fake. The urgency is manufactured, but the pressure is real. Many customers, terrified of catastrophic failure and pushed by artificial urgency, authorize the full $12,000 service package. And that's exactly what the dealership wanted all along. What's actually needed. Here's the truth about what that customer's RX 350 actually needed. The carbon buildup was real but not severe. His engine ran perfectly because the deposits hadn't reached the point of affecting performance yet. A $30 bottle of fuel system cleaner run through the tank would reduce deposits significantly. Professional cleaning wasn't needed for at least another 50,000 miles. His oil consumption was within normal specifications. Lexus considers up to 1 quart per 1,200 miles acceptable. His engine used about 1 quart every 3,000 miles, totally normal for his mileage. The compression test results were within normal range. That 15% variation between cylinders is acceptable and doesn't indicate wear or damage. His timing chain showed 0 symptoms of stretch, no startup rattle, no unusual noises, no performance issues. Chains don't need replacement until they show symptoms or reach 200,000 plus miles. His water pump had no leaks, no bearing noise, and worked perfectly. Proactive replacement isn't needed until 120,000 to 150,000 miles. Total actually needed $80 oil change and $30 fuel system cleaner. Total recommended by dealership, $11,847. That's a $11,737 difference for services he didn't need. Why dealerships do this? Service departments are profit centers facing intense pressure to increase revenue per customer. New car sales margins have shrunk. Used car markets are competitive. Service is where dealerships make real money now. Manufacturers set revenue targets for service departments. Managers face pressure from corporate to hit these numbers every month. Service advisors work on commission. The more they sell, the more they earn. A $12,000 service generates $1,200 to $1,800 in commission for the advisor. Technicians are often paid flat rate, meaning they earn based on hours billed, not hours actually worked. They're incentivized to recommend work that generates billable hours. The result is systematic pressure throughout the dealership to maximize service revenue at customer expense. Add in the fact that most customers don't understand their vehicles technically, and you have perfect conditions for this scam to thrive. How to protect yourself. Never authorize major work on the spot, especially if you weren't experiencing problems before the visit. Any service over $500 deserves a second opinion from an independent shop that specializes in Lexus. They have less incentive to sell unnecessary work. Ask specific questions about every recommended service. What symptoms is this causing? What will happen if I delay this service? How did you diagnose this problem? Request to see actual diagnostic results, not just photos. Compression test numbers, oil consumption measurements, timing chain inspection results. For carbon buildup specifically, ask how it's affecting your engine right now. If they can't point to specific symptoms like rough idle or reduced power, it's not severe enough to need immediate expensive cleaning. Research typical service intervals for your specific Lexus model. Timing chains don't need replacement every 100,000 miles. Water pumps don't fail on schedule. Valve stem seals don't suddenly wear out. Trust your instincts. If your car was running perfectly before the service visit, it probably doesn't need $12,000 in engine work. Get estimates in writing and take them home. Don't let pressure tactics force immediate decisions. The real carbon cleaning truth. Since carbon buildup is the foundation of this scam, let's talk about what's actually necessary. Direct injection engines do accumulate carbon on intake valves. This is normal and expected on all modern Lexus engines. Symptoms of severe carbon buildup include rough idle, especially when cold, hesitation during acceleration, misfires, noticeable power loss, and reduced fuel economy by 3+ miles per gallon. If your engine runs smoothly and shows none of these symptoms, your carbon buildup isn't severe enough to need professional cleaning yet. Prevention is cheap and effective. Use quality fuel system cleaner like Chevron Techron every 5,000 to 10,000 miles. This costs $15 per treatment and significantly reduces carbon accumulation. Drive your Lexus hard occasionally. High exhaust temperatures burn off carbon. Monthly highway drives with full throttle acceleration help keep valves clean naturally. Professional cleaning becomes necessary around 120,000 to 150,000 miles, or when symptoms develop, whichever comes first. The procedure should cost $500 to $700 for intake valve cleaning, not $1,800. And it definitely doesn't require simultaneous timing chain replacement, valve stem seal service, or other unrelated work. Red flags that indicate a scam. Learn to wait. Recognize these warning signs that a dealership is running the carbon cleaning scam on you. They recommend carbon cleaning on engines under 100,000 miles showing no symptom. This is almost always premature. They bundle carbon cleaning with timing chain replacement, valve stem seals, or other major engine work. These services are unrelated and shouldn't be packaged together. They use compression test results to justify multiple services. Compression variations within 10 to 15% are normal and don't indicate problems. They create artificial urgency. We need to book this today or every day causes more damage are pressure tactics, not legitimate mechanical advice. The estimate exceeds $8,000 for an engine that's running fine. Major engine work should only be needed when you're experiencing actual problems. They offer discounts for authorizing work immediately. Real problems don't get cheaper by deciding faster. They discourage second opinions. Our technicians are the only ones qualified to handle Lexus engines is nonsense designed to prevent you from discovering the truth elsewhere. What to do if you've been scammed. If you've already authorized and paid for this unnecessary work, you have options. First, document everything. Get copies of all estimates, work orders, diagnostic reports, and invoices. Request detailed explanations in writing of why each service was necessary, what symptoms existed, what diagnostic results indicated problems, what would have happened without the service. File a complaint with your state attorney general's office. Many states have consumer protection divisions that investigate automotive fraud. Contact Lexus Corporate Customer Service. While dealerships are independently owned, Lexus takes brand reputation seriously and may intervene on obvious fraud cases. Consult a consumer protection attorney. For scams exceeding $10,000, legal action may be worthwhile. Many attorneys offer free consultation. Leave detailed reviews on Google, Yelp, and dealer rating sites. Other consumers deserve to know about fraudulent practices. Report to the Better Business Bureau. While not a regulatory agency, BBB complaints create public records that warn other customers. The dealership defense. Dealerships will defend these practices by claiming everything recommended was legitimate preventive maintenance. We're just trying to prevent problems before they occur, they'll say. But there's a massive difference between appropriate preventive maintenance and fear-mongering customers into $12,000 services they don't need. Timing chains don't need preventive replacement at 110,000 miles. They need replacement when they show symptoms or reach 200,000 plus miles. Valve stem seals don't need preventive replacement. They need replacement when oil consumption exceeds 1 quart per 1,000 miles and smoke appears from the exhaust. Carbon cleaning isn't preventive maintenance for engines running normally. It's corrective maintenance for engines showing symptoms. Real preventive maintenance includes oil changes, fluid services, filter replacements, and inspections. It costs hundreds, not thousands. $12,000 preventive maintenance on a normally functioning engine isn't prevention, it's fraud. The bottom line: this scam works because it exploits the trust relationship between Lexus owners and dealerships. Most owners assume dealerships have their best interests in mind. They believe dealership technicians know their vehicles best. They trust that recommendations are based on genuine need. But modern dealership service departments are sales organizations first and repair facilities second. Not all dealerships operate this way. Some still prioritize customer relationships over short-term revenue. But the pressure to maximize service profits has corrupted enough dealerships that this scam has become common. Protect yourself with knowledge. Understand normal service intervals. Question aggressive recommendations. Get second opinions on major work. Trust your instincts when something feels wrong. Your Lexus is reliable and doesn't need $12,000 in engine work every 100,000 miles. Don't let anyone convince you otherwise. If you found these tips helpful, be sure to watch this next video as we're sharing insider tips to help you cut repair costs and keep your car running like new.